Tymon Kolasinski, after 631 days, broke his own European record average in 3x3 with a 4.48 official average, which is his third ever official sub 5 average. Congrats, Tymon, for this huge accomplishment, and let's get into these crazy solves. The first solve is the fastest solve of this average, and actually probably one of the most intuitive ones. What Tymon is going to do on white cross is a pretty simple cross. His cross piece is here, 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 and here. So basically noticing that we can just insert this blue edge like so, and then bring up these two. So bring up the green edge so that we can insert these two. And before Tymon does these two, he does a U here because he saw his first pair, which is going to be these two. And so he can just bring this edge up and here do a nice finger trick like so. And then bring that edge down, and now we have a free pair for our first pair, which of course Tymon planned. And here Tymon notices his second pair, which of course he also planned in inspection right here. So we can actually cancel into that as well, like so, solving it into the front. And we have this edge, and we know it goes with this this corner because we have this corner over here. So that corner showing white is the only corner that can match with this edge. Just a nice little F2 look ahead trick for you guys. And so we can just rotate and solve this, and then very nice OLL and PLL combination. Basically Tymon just did not pause throughout the entire solve and got a 4.13, the best solve of the average. And the second solve is a 5.18. He's going to do white cross again, but this time with a double X cross in typical Tymon fashion. His cross pieces are here, 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 and here. And now the Tymon basically efficiency, brilliance, prowess is only beginning to show with the second solve. So he's going to first do a D to align this block over here and prepare the insert of this block and this edge, which goes with this edge. And now inserting those as I said, and here inserting that block into the back. And instead of just doing this, leaving this very bad case at the back, Tymon does a wide U prime, a very characteristic style of his like a move of his solves, which is really efficient and also great for finger tricks. So basically inserting this edge and putting this edge out into the top, which makes it easy for inserting here and doing another wide U to put these two solved pairs into the back to make a double X cross. Brilliant efficiency by Tymon. Third pair and fourth pair again here, orienting edges. And here Tymon, unfortunately, first he does a lefty soon because he said once in an interview that anti-soon is actually worse for him than just lefty soon. And here unfortunately gets an M-perm. Every time, I think every time in Tymon's good averages, an M-perm comes into his average. And yet he can still execute that extremely fast and extremely clutch, which is, I mean, it is just insane. I'm sorry, this is the scramble for the fourth solve. This is the scramble for the third solve. So he's going to do his cross pieces on a white again. Here, 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 and here. You can notice that this is a pretty easy cross. You can just insert that one in the back and then align these two by this trick. But here Tymon also notices that we can do a pretty nice pseudo double X cross here, which of course is his trademark solution. So we can take use of this edge, align it with its center so that after we solve these, like so, that edge will be inserted in the back. And what we notice here is with this pair, we have this corner and this edge and this corner. So we think of them together as a pseudo pair, like so, a pseudo free pair, which we can insert into the front. And now finally this corner into here. It's very efficient here. And now we have our third pair in the back, inserting like so. And now our fourth pair. And here you can already see that there's a winter variation, but like so. But unfortunately, Tymon did not go for that. Instead, he just does the same lefty soon solution and actually got a nicer PLL in the end, which makes for a brilliant counting 4.17. And of course, Tymon already knows that, you know, this average is going really well, and he just needs to clutch the next few solves here to get a nice average, to break his ER average, and of course Tymon does. This is the fourth solve, a 5.16. We have for once, not a white cross, on green cross right here, these 4 cross edges. We can do an X cross with this block and this edge, which is pretty straightforward. We solve this one in the back, aligning it with the block, and also solving this edge along the way. And because this edge is at the back, we disconnect this F2L edge, so that after we solve this, we can just cancel into this edge in the front, like so. And of course, Tymon notices his second pair right here. So after finishing the X cross, we have this pair into the front. And here, of course, we have this pair just flashes in front of our eyes, just go straight into the back. And here, normally, people would just rotate, but I think Tymon here chose to do this solution, which is longer in execution, but longer in move count, but still, I think the execution was much better because he didn't have to pause and rotate, which, of course, can mess up a flow of the solve if you're nervous, especially like Tymon during this clutch moment. And that's why Tymon chose the FTL solution of this. And then here, for this case, Tymon is just going to do edge orientation because to get a nice ZBL, because you can already see that this corner is, this edge is going to end up here, which makes a massive block. Usually that's a good sign of a ZBL, good ZBL. And this edge will go to here, which means there's this whole straight block here. So that's actually a very, very easy, I think 10 move ZBL, which unfortunately Tymon logs up a bit on. I think that deprived him of the sub 5 on the fourth solve, but still, it is a 4.84 ER guaranteed. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have our final solve, which is a 5.27, the worst solve of the average. But I think it warrants the most discussion and breakdown here because it is actually one of the most ingenious solutions I have ever seen. You know, like from Tymon, from Yiheng, this is one of the best solutions I've ever seen in my life. Remember how in last solve, last video where I said Yiheng's 3.66 is probably the most inventive and brilliant X-cross I've ever seen? Well, this solve is one of the best and inventive double X-crosses I've ever seen. First of all, on yellow cross here, cross pieces here, 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 and here. And of course, we have this block and this edge, just one move away from being solved. So Tymon just solves that into the back and then solves this block like this, inserting this edge without disturbing this block. And now, normally, I think if you're not Tymon, you would just solve this. I think 100% of people in the world except Tymon would just solve like this and then go for the second pair. But what Tymon did here, watch, is RU R2 FR, and that solves these two pieces from this pair to this in just a split second. Tymon notices this insane block pairing technique where he can solve this edge and this block together into the front, solving the X cross. And now third pair, fourth pair here, he does a really nice ZBLS solution, which is why I said this solve is probably the best I've seen in my life. I've not done the ZBLS before, so I cannot execute it very well. And then just the ZBL, Tymon recognizes it very quickly. I think if it would have been a nicer ZBL or just a skip, Tymon would have gotten not his BPA over here, but sorry, worst possible average over here. But still, I think that solution was just pure genius. Thank you guys for watching this quite long breakdown of this average. Tymon ties for world's second best with Reihang shoes, also 4.84 average. If you want to see me break that down, I will do in the next video.